Hello everybody,
Hello.
It's Pool Party here, and welcome to our inaugural first stream slash first episode of the podcast. Right now it's gonna be me, Elros, alongside Piotr.
Hello, everyone. And maybe
And the third person right now behind the camera, he's still figuring things out for us, is Matthew.
come to us, my friend.
Hi everyone!
And now we're complete. So,
Today we'll talk about the lists.
About the format of our Polish Team Championship, about lists.
predictions maybe?
Predictions, yes, that's I think very important because I think you also knowing some of our international players can have your predictions,
Yep.
and we would like to see if yours predictions, our predictions will finally come true in the end.
Yep.
So,
So let's just kick it off, starting of course with the
Format.
format.
Yeah, maybe I will talk to,
go ahead.
because
you
I
created that.
it was my idea, this format. It's an orthodox one. We always played Steamroller for our Polish Team Championship, but right now we've had only 16 teams, and according to Steamroller, that would be only 4 rounds. And there is a lot of players from the south and north of Poland, and we decided to give them some more entertainment and add in some games. So right now we are playing tomorrow 3-round Steamroller. After that there is a cut for top 8 and low 8 teams, which are going to compete in Masters tournament and Pretender tournament. First round of those 2 tournaments will be held on Saturday, and 2 other rounds will be held on Sunday.
Yep.
For me, it's quite nice. To be honest, what you think about that, because it's a quite interesting format.
It's certainly unorthodox, but I think it has a really good merit, as in we are all here honestly to play the game, of course to compete, but it also gives us the very interesting additional layer of strategy that comes down into the list pairing and the matchups. Because the overall idea after we have the cut and we are starting the bottom and the top bracket, the number 1 seed from before the cut plays with the lowest team from their own seed. So it is going to be interesting in that we'll have a diversity, and of course as mentioned before, we're going to have a lot of games for us and just enjoy ourselves, I think, and have a good time.
That was what to say to if pairings last from the first is quite interesting, because
It's a shake-up.
you need to fight to get a good place
Yes.
in the first part of tournament.
And no one is rewarded for playing bad, because some of the teams before the tournament said that they're going to play bad in the first tournament to get kicked into the lower bracket to have a chance at winning something. But this format of playing the first seed versus the last seed promotes fighting till the end.
Exactly.
All the 3 zeros obviously will play in the first bracket, and all 2 ones will play.
Yeah, I think so, yes. I think
Yes,
it's gonna be like
I
this.
checked that all 2 ones will play.
And that also gives us this additional layer of also the rewarding experience. Like normally if you lose round 1, you might be already thinking down, okay, I don't have anything more to play with because I'm not gonna win. But in this certain situation, because there's gonna be like the cut-off and the division between the top and the bottom cut, we're gonna have a separate prize pools, so that also you are constantly being rewarded for playing and trying until the very end. So I think it's a really, honestly, I think it's a really awesome idea and a good shake-up in the meta.
Okay.
Yes, and
Good job, mate.
yeah, good job. Maybe we'll start
With
lists
the
or
lists.
Yeah.
or maybe to armies. The numbers.
Yeah, meta division.
So
Surprise! The Cador is one of the most popular army in this
Yep.
tournament.
If I recall correctly, Grimkin are number 1,
Yes,
followed
with
by Circle.
Seven
Yeah,
players.
7 players.
8 players of Grimkin.
8 players? Oh,
8 players
okay.
of Grimkin. then 7 of
I think it's
circle?
six is circle and 6 is Kader.
no, it was 8 Grimkin, 7 Kader, 7 circle.
You know, because you're
So-
right, I am playing the Kader, but
You're playing
I'm
Protector.
playing the Protectorate because you saw
But still-
Vlad free.
Still, we have 22 players. Yeah, 22. Yeah, 22 players or 21 players. They're going just with 3 factions, which I think honestly is a good representation of how the meta, international meta and Polish meta looks right now. I think we all can agree that we believe that Krimkin is one of the strongest factions in the game.
Yes.
Still,
Yes, and one more surprising thing, no one in Kader plays Warriors in the Old Fate and Flame in the Darkness. Only Kader pure team forces.
Oh, that's really interesting. I thought that some of those Kaders are
No,
Warriors.
but in the Protectorate, about half players,
Have
more
decided-
more than half,
decided for Vlad.
Vlad free.
Okay.
3 players have Vlad free, and it's 5 players of Protectorate, and 3 of them have a Vlad free list.
I'm really interested how after this tournament the meta will shake, because most of the players right now I thought didn't have much time to check the new changes in Grimkin, and this tournament I think will
the change of clockatrice is
yes.
very huge.
I think that this tournament might be a good check for many players.
How the clockatrice stay in meta right now after the changes?
Yes.
Next interesting thing, there is a lot of interesting lists. We don't have, for example, 3 the same type of lists with what we talked earlier, 3 Vlad frees in Warriors in the Old Fate, and all of them are a little bit different. One player took the big cavalry.
yeah.
Another took, for example, Dracoon from the Kader, and with this a lot of horse characters.
Yeah, it certainly is interesting, and I think it's going to be a good, as we mentioned before, it's going to be a good window on how the meta actually might be shaping like. Of course, we have only one at this moment, but as a strong contender, we have one Infernal army, which by the international meta at the moment are starting to be considered one of the top dogs. So I'm really keen on their results, and I'm really interested to see how they play out. I've seen the list in live, how it was played, and it is really scary.
Yeah.
And they will be more scary because
With the new releases, yeah.
new releases.
Absolutely.
And I also think that our Polish meta isn't prepared right now for the Infernals.
No.
Because in our local communities there is maybe one Infernal player or none. For
Yeah.
example, in Warsaw, there is no one playing Infernal right now.
Yeah.
I know that in Poznań,
Poznań we have now one active player of Infernals, and second is waiting for his models.
okay.
So we will have 2, and one guy have a break from the Warmachine to 40k, and he also have the Infernals. So, to be honest,
We'll see.
maybe 3 Infernals from Poznań.
We'll see. We'll see certainly how it's gonna develop. But let's dive into the list. Today we're trying to keep it kind of sweet and short, of course. And regarding the usual stream, just for information, guys, we're gonna be trying to stream tomorrow also the top table, or one of the top tables that's gonna be playing on stream. And this format of the podcast might not be a video cast after tomorrow, but we're gonna try to produce some not the best quality content.
Yes, we will try put some false photos or maybe some.
Yep, we'll do it later. But let's now dive in.
Concentrate on the list.
Exactly.
You have a link to the list in the chat.
Perfect.
So let's talk about pool party. It's our team. The two of us are
two of
playing.
us. He's a
playing.
traitor.
No.
Yeah, so
that's
I've been designated as a team captain, even though I didn't know I'm gonna be one. So thank you guys.
No problem.
And I'm gonna be running Grimkin, Wanderer, which is my love in Grimkin, and Dreamer. I think those lists are quite standard for both of those casters. I'm really into, honestly, Wanderer. I think he has a lot of potential, and I would really like to see him try to work versus Infernals, because I think that Wanderer has one of the better answers in Grimkin versus Infernals.
Why you think so?
Because they don't have a lot of mat fixers. And even though when Zatorath uses her feat or her abilities, and she's become untargetable pretty much, I have pretty much the same. So I can negate it.
When you took Omodos?
Omodamos fucks me.
Is
Omodamos ruins me completely.
synergy and
Omodamos, I don't have a chance. But if somebody's not playing Omodamos, and I don't think we have Omodamos here.
I think
Tomasz has
So yeah,
Omodamos.
Omodamos is a really hard matchup for Wanderer, but still, for the rest of the limited field, I think is interesting. Honestly, the list is a dev skew, and it's really annoying to play against. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna have some people rage quit.
Okay, I took two pretty standard lists. I'm not going to talk about them because I've already written my thoughts about it on our Facebook page before. And our third player is Jaro.
and he will play Grimkin as well. So
Yeah.
nice, two Grimkins in one team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a pretty standard child and
Interesting.
heretic.
Yeah, which is interesting because I wasn't looking at Heretic at all, but he has some ideas. He's running them. He's Hallowman.
Do you know how did his games go today during bootcamp?
I believe he won versus
Minions?
Minions?
And
Okay.
we'll.
I have no idea, honestly.
No, because we play our games.
Yeah.
But for me, in heretic list, I'd love to see piggybacks.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, but I would rather run them, in all honesty, with the Old Witch, because I think Old Witch with the piggybacks is a nightmare for some people to work with.
Yeah, resurrect them. And
Exactly.
all-
Twilight Sisters bring one back.
Old
Old
Witch.
Witch brings another back. Have
All sisters bring each of
Yeah.
them brings one. So,
yeah, so you get
three
three
piggybacks,
models
two
per,
from the
plus
sisters.
revive.
yes.
Plus revive.
So you're bringing almost full unit every time,
Yes.
and it's fucking obnoxious to play against.
Yeah, but in heretic, I
But
see
also-
them as well because with Fury they have some
Yeah,
option to heavy hits.
Yeah, I would say honestly, like Savannah Aga, the Old Witch, brings a lot of recursion and a lot of defensive capabilities, while Heretics fixes their offensively. So let's go further with pool parties. You see two Grimkin, one Ross. Not so great.
Next team is Bacon Hunters. They have
with Kruker, our Polish WTC player.
with Convergence.
He's captain of this team.
Yep.
Which is interesting because Kruker is coming back to his, I guess, first
No, first
No.
was Circle.
circle. Yes,
His
but
second army.
I
Second
guess
army.
he started having really good results with Convergence.
I mean,
And he's one of the two
Yeah.
players in Poland playing Convergence.
No,
Competitively.
it's free. In the Krakow was two players.
Okay.
two? I think I
Yes.
thought only one.
Two
whatever.
players, but one is more.
But I'm not really surprised that he's decided to run Convergence, especially that we have a lot of new things coming. So obviously he's trying to get a little bit more,
advantage on this.
not maybe advantage, but prepared for it. Remind himself how the list plays. There is a good list. Don't get me wrong, but when the new Convergence drops, the tier, the new models, they're gonna be really strong. So it's a good thing to be
Aurora
prepared.
2 with all flying list with all
Nemo 4 and Gaspi 4 is gonna be obnoxiously hard to kill.
next player is Grimkin player with Old Witch 3.
And the child.
The
I guess
child. Yeah.
those are two really
Typical list.
standard lists. Nothing to really.
I love one thing about Vitush, one of the player, because pretty much every single time I switch an army, he switches the army to the same one I'm doing. So we're pretty much always running the same armies since 3 years or something.
Maybe you send to him your list and it's quite interesting. I'll do the same. And the last player is playing Krix with Gaspi 3 and Scare 1.
With in Black Industries, I guess pretty standard.
My opinion, Scar 1 is better in the Ogron Team Force because you have
Yep.
flank, and to me, Scar 1 is great now.
She's strong. She's certainly still one of the strongest options that Grix has. And Gaspi, I know that the list has came out favor some time ago, but I still think it's a very strong list. And
Stalkers always are good.
yeah, and Slayers are still cheap and hit like a mother.
Yeah, but Stalkers always will be good.
Yeah, both of these lists have a lot of beef, so it's really hard hitting. Both of the lists are very hard hitting.
Gaspi have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So I think
6,
nine.
7
Seven,
Slayers and 2 Arcanauts.
Yeah, so 7 Slayers.
And
a lot.
1 unit of Mechanitrals with 3 Brute
Yeah, because they
Yes,
are
because they are in
ambushes.
ambush.
Yes, ambush. And Carrion Trolls to some.
Which is super important on the new Steamroller. Having
Yes.
some ambush options in your list.
If you have option to play
Yeah,
ambush,
you should.
you should.
Absolutely.
Next is local. This is local team, yes?
Yes.
So you can say a little bit more about them, I think.
Because
We don't play much
Okay.
versus each other because I think they are having a club in Łomianki near
Okay.
Warsaw. But I think that especially Quar, who is playing Scorn, always has some interesting lists that are out of meta.
I played with Quar some games and he always looks to option to assassinate,
Yeah.
and sometimes he found the angle to make that assassination which you don't see when you're playing your protect your caster.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of playing Public, I think a couple of times. I think twice we played.
He played Krix, yes?
Yeah, he played
He
Krix last
played
time.
Krix, yes.
Yeah,
Now
I
he's
think
running
we
Mercs.
also played during the last Polish team championship. He ran the Slayer spam.
Yes,
Yes,
I played
yes,
this
exactly.
as
I
well.
also played him. He's a
He-
fun guy to play.
Now he's playing Mercenaries with Motado,
Yes,
with double Colossals,
I like this list because it has 2 different colossals.
because he don't have double blockader.
Yeah, pretty much.
If he have double blockader, he'll play it.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
have-
don't have any right.
You don't have any reason not to play Blockadier.
Two
I mean,
Blockadiers are better than Blockadier in
To be
Galleon.
honest, I really like Galleon in Montador.
I don't get it, man. It's Blockadier is point efficient, very much point efficiently.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
I'm going to play it on stream, and you are going to see that this list works.
Okay, I
Okay.
will specially
No worries.
came to Warsaw and play with you.
Okay.
I'm not. Wait, I can commentate. That's gonna be awesome.
And second list is Shay and
I really
Italian
love,
chapter
I really,
as well.
Really love Shay. I think he's super underutilized and he's
We're
such a
waiting for the Gaspi 4, and in irregulars, Shay will be such a.
He's gonna have such a high impact. I mean,
The
having
Gaspi-
Storm Rager on Gaspi 4 is just dirty.
Yeah.
He have 5 speed with 7 with
Plus fleet.
Storm Ranger. So fleet is
Plus
is-
Coup de Main.
No.
Coup de Main is on the
Could only on privateers.
Okay, but still
Okay,
fit. So
still
fit
fit.
gives 3 inches.
to 10,
Charge 13.
13,
Reach.
and
15.
plus 2 from on the living.
Yeah, so 17 inches on the living charge range with 5 focus. Yeah.
Great pre-water press, great.
And I think 9 mat or something. With Storm Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, and power about 20 because
Yeah, Jesus.
Storm Ranger,
Jesus
Dark
fucking
Shroud.
Christ.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is, if you don't succeed, you just lost 8.1.
No, he's 16. So,
Oh, it's 16.
yes, this is unit and this
Oh.
is expensive and the cost
You
of
also,
Jack.
yes, you also have to take a Jack with him.
Wow.
Stalker,
Stalker, yeah, precisely.
because he's
Okay.
cheap and this is a Stalker.
Can you take a Stalker in Mercenaries?
Yes, because
He's a mercenary War Jack.
he can take also the convergence Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can take a 5-point Galvanizer.
Or
For example.
or Corollary.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
And Corollary also works on Mercenary Jacks?
No.
I think.
No, it's not gonna be working on Mercenary Jacks, but it's gonna be working on him.
Okay.
And the third player is playing Legion. Kalus 1 in Primal Terror
And
is typical list, and Anamag
same.
as well.
Yeah,
So
nothing really.
boring. Another team
From
Womianki.
Womianki.
Womianki, Crix with Gatsby 3 and Scare 1 and Dark Host.
The Gatsby is pretty much exactly what we saw on the previous one.
Yes, it's some changes, but
Small one.
small.
Scar.
Scar.
As we said, it's either Black Industries or Ogrun 1.
Yeah,
In Dark Host,
I don't understand this choice. It's okay.
it's suboptimal. It's still a valid choice because
But
you still are
in
running.
Dark Host you don't have Ayakos.
Yes, that's true. You're not getting.
You don't
Ayakos,
have two Stalkers with 15
but you
range.
still have a Rife engine, which is very
But
important.
in Black Industries you have also.
But I wouldn't go with Dark Industries. I would go with the pirate ones.
Yeah,
but
sure.
whatever.
Next is Signal Player with Brisbane and Halley 2. To be honest, in my opinion, Halley 2 is great in actual
played-
meta.
yes.
I played against Petero, against his heavy metal Halley,
It's a typical.
It's-
It's
yes.
quite typical.
and it's amazing.
It's very strong.
And
Absolutely.
Especially with this Thunderhead under Kane.
it's,
Kane
it's,
Zero.
it's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
And the third player we have is once again the Grimkin player running
Child
Child
and
and the Dreamer. So
Okay.
Nothing out of ordinary.
no, he's running an interesting because he doesn't run 2 Cage Ragers. Rather, he decided to run 2 Gorehounds and
Free
Rattler.
Gorehounds.
Three Gorehounds.
3 Gorehounds, sorry. So his list is very much focused on a table control with Gorehounds pulling things out of the scenario. You have a Rattler, which is the beast I still really like. But he is losing a lot of hitting power.
Yes, but in the child you have
But
three
you have,
Cage
yes,
Raiders.
exactly. So
And
you have all the
only
hitting
two
power you need.
clocatries. I think he have only two clocatries.
Oh, and no Skin and Bones
Yeah.
here.
Yes, it's quite interesting.
And Dreadrots.
They are, I don't understand this choice. I think
I
Dreadrots are amazing if you have Skin and Bones because you can
Yes.
really easily feed the Skin and Bones
Yeah,
tokens.
bump it up. Yeah.
But without Skin and Bones,
Yeah, Skinemos will be better. Than
Dreadrots,
It's Skinemos is 15.
Okay.
Well, maybe some changes in the list.
Would have to, but yeah.
Next team.
Boosted Rolls from
Boosted Rolls.
another Polish podcast, our friends from Krakow.
so we have Musha.
Musha. You probably know who is Tomek.
Yeah, I
Musha.
think if you're playing Warmachine in Hordes and you're following the international meta, you heard of him.
And he is only one player Infernal on the tournament.
Yep.
With this list, he won the Norwegian
Yes.
tournament.
And the team tournament.
Free tournament
Free tournament,
qualifier.
in Norway.
Yeah.
So,
So fucking scary.
next player is player from Poznań.
Yes, I guess he is one of the top players from Poznań.
Yes, he is playing the Grimkin.
Grimkin.
Child and Zavanaga. So once again,
So
pretty much standard.
Yes.
Aga in Bump in the Night, but
Yep.
it's a
It's a really
but
good
without the piggybacks.
Yeah, but you have pretty much.
But it's
You have the second version. If you're not running
It's-
piggybacks, you're running Name Slayers, you're running Madcaps, you're running Malady Men.
yeah,
That's-
but no one else uses madcaps in this tournament.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when before they released Melody Man, madcaps were in every
Every
bump
list.
bump list, but
Yes.
But he don't have Grave Ghouls.
Yes.
yeah,
So
Okay, and the third player is the German player who lives now in Krakow, is Christoph, with the Kruger 2 and Chromag 1, both listed in the Bones of Ouroboros.
Could you tell me why players are opting for Chromag in Bones?
Because you have Getorix,
Yep.
Okay.
which is a great war beast. Chromag 1 have Bestial is
Yep.
great control spell.
denial control, yeah.
Yes, he have Warpath, so...
His threat extender for the wolves.
Yes.
I think there is a good reasoning for that, and I think it might be very interesting and
Oh.
might be very powerful.
With the Well of Ouroboros
Yeah.
is 16 inches, so no spells.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's quite good.
it's very strong.
I
Hey.
played here today with Christoph. We played Vlad against Kruger. I
Yes.
won.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yes. Next is the local Warsaw team with
Of 3 WTC players.
Yes.
Konjoro, who is
This time running Circle, but in Poland he's mostly known for his tricks.
yes. On
And-
WTC he played as well.
Ouroboros.
Yes, he's switching to Ouroboros.
He's playing Kruger and Mossar.
Yeah, the Mossar is interesting.
Yes.
It's very
In Poland, all
unique.
players which started with Circle, they have desire to make Mossar great.
Yeah, because Mossar is awesome.
I really looking how this monster will play out.
Yep, that one might be very
We will see.
intriguing.
It's in Bones. Why do you think he added this Bokor and Boktrox Shamblers?
I think it's a scenario blocker.
Yeah.
Because you're not running any. You have shifting stones, you have sentry stones, so you have a lot of recurring things. If there's gonna be killing your stuff, Bokor is gonna get the corpses, so it's gonna be making more shamblers, and if necessary,
Swarm.
I believe if I recall correctly, Mossar has a Curse of Shadows. So with Curse of Shadows, Bokor can start sacrificing the small thingies
To
and
hard hit.
Yeah, exactly, to hit very hard.
Okay.
Next is Archine with Grimkin.
Dreamer and Heretic.
And Heretic.
Yeah, once again.
3 Clocatries, 2 packs of nice players. He S2 don't have, as Bartek, don't have
Grey Bulls.
Grey Bulls.
Yep, which is interesting because I think it's one of the better souls in the game.
And the third player is
Vlad,
Vlad
our
with Scorn.
EU Master. EU Master.
One of the top, absolutely top players in Poland.
Zaltu
And
and Makeda 2,
Swarm list.
Swarm list.
Yeah,
He has 50 models
Jesus
on the
Christ.
table.
I
I've
hate
seen,
Makeda 2.
I've seen today him playing Kraos
yeah,
3 and Kraos 3, even though he didn't lose almost any models, got pushed out of the scenario.
yeah.
He lost only those models that were interrupting the scenario, and he lost on the scenario being pushed out. of
Okay,
it.
maybe move the
Yeah.
next one.
We are running out of time. So,
It's
so,
playmaty.pl.
Circle, Kruger and Kromak.
so pretty much the standard.
Mercenaries Fiona 1 and Ashlyn. Fiona is in the Flaming Darkness and Ashlyn is Resistance.
Ashlyn is running just as just mentioned. Ashlyn is running 4 Archons. That's
Yes, 4 Archons.
Why wouldn't you?
yeah,
But
that's
In Fiona you have as
also
well.
four.
As well four.
So
I will stop a bit on the Ashlyn because
Yep.
that's a list. That's a caster I'm going to test after this tournament.
Nice.
But I don't think Leylis is the go-to choice for Ashlyn.
I think it's quite good.
Why I don't? I think it's not optimal because you are not getting a arc node. I've tried
Yeah.
to make Ashlyn work few times over the course of the Warmachine from the start of Mark 1, and her problem was always that if she didn't hit something with Gallows, she was going to get caster killed. And right now she can pull something, she can recast her spells easily, while also her feat is amazing with more one Archons.
yes, it's absolutely.
Yeah, but I will play with less resistance, but I will choose to double Incinerators with her and double Menite Archons.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm just saying, Ashland 1 is good, but wait until Ashland 2 drops.
Yeah.
We talked about
It's
it today
ridiculous,
with-
but-
God, Jesus Christ, that's gonna be. Yeah. Let's go further.
Next player is Kador player with surprise Irusk 1 with in Legions of Steel
And Strakov 1.
in Jaws of the Wolf. I played a lot of Strakov. It's
It's
quite
very like old Mark III lists, I think.
yes.
But it might still be very good. So
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
let's see.
We'll check what results. Next is the Krakow team. Another Kador.
It's a mercenary team. 2 Warsaw players, 1 Krakow.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a mixed team. We have a Crucible Guard. I think the only Crucible Guard player.
I don't think.
There is a second one, I think.
Okay.
In
I'll check
Either way,
it.
we
In
have
Wrocław.
Karpiu, who's playing Kador.
Yes.
He's playing pretty much standard. What we expect,
Vladimir
Vlad
too.
2, Vlad 1. So
But Vlad 1 in Armored Corps with
yeah, which is not
For-
surprising.
2 only engines. This is my
Only 2?
list. I played that list.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
took it from me.
We have a Black who's playing the Crucible Guard. I think the standard
McKay
McKay, which
and
is very
Silvestro.
standard for everybody.
Silvestro.
And
And,
Silvestro.
and the
Vulcan.
circle is
Yes.
Kruger 2 in the Wild Hunt with double Raptors.
It's some anti-shooting
Yep,
deck.
certainly.
Yeah, and
I don't want to play against it. You're taking it.
Okay.
and the Chromac 1 with no Raptor, but
Wild Hunt.
Wild
Also
Hunt.
Wild Hunt.
Also
So,
Wild
a
Hunt.
lot of
He
living.
has Walls of Ouroboros ambushing.
Ambushing is
Yeah,
quite
it's,
good.
it's strong unit, yeah.
Next team is Warsaw. Yes, it's
Yes, full Warsaw.
Full Warsaw. It's only 1 minion.
And you are going to see next week, I'm going to post 2 games of Utes, who is playing minions, against Tomek Tutaj and against Blady. And I've seen his Rask list. I think it's amazing. I think I'm really...
No, Primal Archons. No, dude. No.
I think they are working here. They're really working here. I've seen them.
I think
Archons.
I think the Primal Archons work in I don't know shop in the box.
I really like what Utes did. He
bought them.
in the past he opted for some suboptimal lists because he was really forcing his ideas. Right now I think he made really interesting list. It works, and he really pushed Tomek and Blady to the limits today.
Okay.
I played against this Maylock.
Today?
No,
It's a
on
standard mail.
Yeah,
in Katowice. In all
Aside from the
Polish
problems.
Polish
Yeah.
championship.
Yep.
Polish champions.
I
Yes.
almost lost on the clock because of you.
Okay, then we have Seal, who's running Thyra. I
Pro-
fucking hate Thyra. I don't understand the people obsession of Thyra.
It's
just
awful.
garbage.
It's garbage. And the High Reclaimer, both lists in the Exemplar.
Her Reclaimer I'm okay with. I think it's a strong list, but Thyra, we've tried Thyra, we've seen Thyra being tried for
With Matthew, we'll a lot
multiple times, and it's
we talk about High Reclaimer and make a lot of lists and
I think it's okay. I wouldn't run the Redeemer because, in my opinion,
Dervish only because
yeah.
this is a 4 points.
he's not hitting anything
Yes.
in this list.
And the second player,
It's
the
also
third
running
player,
minutes.
And-
It's the only
Harbinger.
Harbinger in
Yeah.
the tournament.
Harbinger is for the weak guys.
And Kratos 3
And
with
double small
Yeah,
Avengers.
I've played
And-
with him on the last Polish Team Championship in the team, and I really like the Krios 3 list. I think it's really strong and it's underutilized. And
In my Krios 3 list will be 2 big units adventures.
yeah,
Next is the team
from
from
Silesia. So we have Simon, who is the captain, running also minutes.
so I guess
Simon from the Quality Geek.
Qualities, yes.
and from the WTC committee.
Yeah, also. And he decided, I think, on a pretty much standard list. I think.
Sirenia is standard. This is the WTC Norwegian
Yeah.
player, and Vladimir quite.
The only thing that I would question is the Yuri, the axe as a choice, and only one unit of.
Tomek play Yuri as well. Only I don't play.
I like also Yuri. I don't understand Hand of Silence. I would run the second initiate.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't understand as well. Dracon.
I played Dracon. He really can work on certain tables.
But okay, Hand of Silence that don't have any sense in my opinion. Here.
Yes, Dracon is situational, but I wouldn't add Hand of Silence.
And look at us now shit talking, and then tomorrow we're all gonna be stomped by it.
No, I will.
We'll see.
So,
fuck you.
We have a Kozan who's from I think Bielsko-Biała.
Bielsko-Biała,
And
yes.
he's running Kador. He
Armored
played Kador
Corps
from the
on-
very beginning of Mark II, I think, when he started playing.
Armored Corps standard
and
Peace
social one.
with Doom Reavers.
I'm
And
dodging it. I'm not playing this. No fucking way.
Yeah.
No.
Please.
No, I'm not playing that.
And
Fuck it.
the third player is also from the Bielsko-Biała with
Ice.
Circle.
Which
Yes.
is very interesting because Ice has played Scorn in the past and Minions, and now he's moving on to Circle, which is I think, a really interesting choice.
it's
Circle,
to Devourer's Host.
Double
yes.
no.
Yeah, and
both.
Iona and Baldur,
And standard.
very good lists.
Next is the
Third team from Rebellia.
From
Łomianki.
Łomianki.
we have Trollbloods, Kolgrima and Madrak. Kolgrima is on the north, typical list.
Yep.
Madrak in Band of Heroes as well, typical list. Next is Kador, Jaws, Kozlov. It's quite interesting choice. And Karchev also Jaws.
Sales is a pretty new player, so I think
Okay.
so. I think he
Only
took
models
What he
which-
wanted. Yeah,
what he wanted
liked
and
it.
what he has.
Awesome.
When Shugi give me back my Kador, I can give him my to double list.
And then we have first person. Here's Nadil playing Retribution.
Iseria and Kalista.
Defenders of Iris is a list, but just let me double check. Hyperion, Elwil Sotsman. Yeah, he's not running any Tridents. He's not running any AFGs.
In my opinion, he don't have Trident.
Probably yes. Probably yes.
And also he doesn't run any harpies.
Yeah.
because only, in my
Yes.
opinion, don't have these models.
Yeah, because they are so good. You should
Next-
never leave the house.
Next team is from
Krakow.
Krakow and
Krakow
Zabrze.
and Silesia once again.
Circle, Chromag 1 and Iona in the House, Chromag
It's-
in Bones.
It's
So
comic.
Yep. So once again, very good player, known on multiple WTC appearances.
Next is Hero, it's mercenary player.
Considered one of the best players
In all country.
In all country, yes. So he's
Magnus-
always one to watch.
Magnus 2 with irregulars and
He's,
Motado.
Montado double
Talion.
Blockadier.
Yes.
The Magnus tool is a sleeper. If you have not
Yes,
ever
awesome.
played versus it, no, it's super
This is
strong.
the same as we first time played against Battle 3 and Mark 2.
If you don't know how to play versus it, you're completely screwed.
Yes. And the third player is
Śliski.
Coming back.
Yes, he was a nightmare for many players in Mark II. He was winning tournament by tournament internationally in Mark II, and he's coming back.
And he
I'm really excited.
lost on international tournament in the stupidest way.
No, that was not a stupid way of losing.
Yeah, because-
that was a fucking dickish move by the guy in the Bratislava. I think it's Bratislava.
Yes.
I think it's Slovakia.
What was
Czech or Slovakia?
He forgot to deploy Veil, and
The caster.
his opponent. You don't have caster, you lose.
Yeah, it was the first turn and he was the first player.
And the judge said, "Okay, you have right,
Yeah.
but you are a dick."
Yeah.
Something
It was
like that.
The most dickish move I've heard of.
But to be honest, it's the stupidest way to lose the game.
shame?
It's pretty real shame, but
Okay,
let's not delve in.
go on next.
I think we're almost to the end.
We have a couple teams.
Okay.
JB 100%. It's Petero.
It's
Playing
the
Signar. He's been playing Signar from the very beginning of Mark 1.
He's
even.
running Siege as always.
Yep.
Yes,
and
always.
Constance Blaze in Flame in the Darkness,
Darkness.
which is strong.
Yes.
Next is the Orkish, another big
returning.
comeback.
Yeah, he was.
I guess he is 3 times Polish master.
Yes, I think
Yes.
only last year Haru has surpassed his record.
He's
I will
playing
never
now.
forget one Polish Masters when I lost versus Gobos playing on the Polish Masters, and I thought to myself, great, okay, I lost, now it's gonna be easier. And who I end up playing with on the round 2 in the losers bracket, Orkish.
Great, he was the Kriegs player.
That was the Polish Masters where all the best players in Poland for some reason were in the bottom bracket.
Yes, it was in Katowice.
Yes.
Okay, he was playing always Kriegs, now he's playing the Mercenaries. Ostrom in Hammerstrike and Shay in Talion Chapter. And the third player is Tutayets.
Once again, one of the more genius, unorthodox players and unorthodox list submissions. Very good player, very. But this time he's running quite the Darius list. I've played versus it. It's very hard to play against if you have never played versus.
And
it's been rock some face.
next is Vladimir Free in
Which
the
is
Warriors. We have 3 teams.
You have your team now?
My team is. We have the Kalus 1 in Legion player. Kalus 1, Fayana 2. Kalus is in the Ravens and Fayana is the Primal Terror. Next is the Trollbloods, Storm in the North Ragnar and Krill Company Grizzle 1. And I am playing Vlad 3 in the Warriors on Old Fate and Sirenia 1 in
Pretty
the
standard ones.
Faithful Masses. We have all two teams.
We have a Breslau team. Olaf is playing once again Kador.
Yes, he come back to Kador.
He used to play Kador, then he switched to something else, then he switched to something else, then
to
he
Semi.
played some Trolls, then he
Infernals.
yes, last time
came
back to Kador. Motherland is strong with this one.
Saoirse 1 in Wolves of Winter and Butcher 3 in the Jaws is quite interesting list.
Because the second Breslau team also has
The same list.
Yes.
Next is the player, Grimkin player, Aldwich 3 in the Bump and Dreamer in Dark Menagerie. And the last player from the team is Signal player, Siege 1 in Heavy Metal and Striker 2 in Flame Darkness.
with 2 double max precursors.
And Talon, 2 double Talons, Lance and Toro.
This list, Lord Striker 2 in Flames, we have talked about it, and I think it's one of the strongest lists at the moment.
And the last team is team from.
I think Breslau again.
Yes, Breslau again. Crucible Guard, Gerhard
And Silvestro.
and Silvestro.
It's pretty interesting. He doesn't have a full unit of infantry
Oh,
only one win. Huh,
and a rocketman.
Oh,
that's weird.
weird. Harlow is okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Vulcan here.
Vulcan is
Yeah.
amazing on Gerhard.
I don't like him.
I played different versions, and I think the only good version is with Vulcan.
Okay.
He
And
really
Silvestro is pretty
gains
much,
a lot on under.
Silvestro is pretty much standard.
Okay, maybe go on. Next is Scorn with Makeda 3 and Zal 2.
Yeah.
Double Supreme Guardians in Zal. Makeda 3 is Disciples of Agony with Vrongay double Archons Void.
Which is interesting.
And third player is Kador Butcher 3 and in the Jaws. And the Vladimir one with in Winter Command, Winter Guard Command with double gun carriage. I'd like this list.
Really?
Yes, I will play that.
Gun carriage? I'm really not convinced. It's 17 points for battle engine. It's a lot, and I don't think it
doesn't have any boost.
But for me, it's the nice option to choo-choo.
Okay, either way, guys. I think
we have to wrap it up.
Yeah, we have to wrap it up.
So
quickly.
we're starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. CET.
Yep. Tune in. We're not gonna have a commentary unless one of us loses very quickly,
Or
probably me.
Or win.
And then I'll try to jump into commentary possibly.
Okay. So thanks a lot.
Thanks for
And
following us, and
Stay quacked.
stay tuned and stay quacked for more updates from our side. And remember, fear of the dark is a real thing.